what we're doing here. I mean, people will probably figure it out soon enough if we don't say anything, but...
Yeah, I mean, I was going to give a little introduction once we were in. I mean, I think people will be able to tell roughly what's going on just by looking at our hands. But today we're playing a special format. So when I played against Solar, me again. When I played against Solar, we decided we didn't want to just do regular, and we decided we'd do Popper. And then me and James decided, once again, we don't want to do regular. So we sort of invented a format a little bit. We sort of... I don't think anyone's ever done this before for anything.
Well...
Can you think of anyone who's done it?
Not in Kards, definitely.
No, I mean, obviously all this stuff has happened somewhere in the world at some point. But we're doing odds versus evens, or just odds and evens. You know, we could do evens versus evens, but the point is, each of our deck only contains odd cards or even cards. You might have an odd card now because of that, a few good men, but that's the basis of the deck building is Mr. Jking7 only gets even cards, and I only get odd cards. And yeah, it's quite a simple idea, really. Oh god, but it does make you think. What even? Maybe sniped? Fuck! Of course, air defense. Yeah, well, that's fine.
Honestly, I think I would have rather you attacked with the 38T.
I'm sure you would have. But it does make you think about what things are available for your opponent in a different style to what would normally...
Yeah, it makes me really happy that despite you playing Lurking Danger and having 2 credits, you can't have from the team.
Can do Tactical Strike, though. An early beatdown. Okay, that's kind of upsetting.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you did Tactical Strike instead of Defend in Depth.
Yeah, it would have been a little bit more damage, but only 2 extra.
I'm worried about the air defense if I play a unit, so I'm just gonna kill that, as inefficient as that is.
What about the air defense?
Or, what's the... Air Blitz? Air Raid?
Air Blitz is the one that does free to target thing.
No, okay. Air Strike, that's the one.
Air Strike.
I know it's air something.
Yeah. So that's air, there's a lot of air stuff. Well, let's run that back.
Oh my...
My deck is just 30 of those, by the way. Just 30 398 infantry regiments. You know what I really wish we could do one day? Is get like access to like special cards, and we can just do whatever the hell we want in cards. Like I want to build a deck with no restrictions whatsoever. And just go to town. Oh god.
That would be... I feel like the first thing I would do is like triple nation decks. Quadruple nation decks.
Dude, quintuple, do every nation. There's more than quintuple. You know, I don't even know if quintuple's a word anymore. Okay, I guess we'll develop some like research. I think if you could build decks without restrictions, I'm wondering like what turn combo OTK becomes like the meta, because you surely you can finish the game if you've got no deck building restrictions, and surely you can finish the game unbelievably quickly.
Yeah, I mean, in theory, yes. I feel like in practice there's still some pretty strong limitations.
Okay, but you can have multiple pioneers and reduce your credits by multiple amounts.
Oh, that is true. That is true.
You could run multiple Commonwealths. You could just do like pioneers, Commonwealths, and healing, and that's like your whole deck. It's just those.
Or Engineers Battalion in Soviets.
Oh, what, and just do spam healing? Yeah, but
Yeah.
once I've Commonwealthed you once, I'm going to draw more Commonwealths, and I can just keep Commonwealthing you. Chain the Commonwealth. Build a deck of mostly US research and just depth charges every single turn.
It's the new unit list deck.
Yeah. Just can't be attacked. Hmm. Oh, I really hate decision making.
Are you familiar with Hearthstone?
I'm familiar with it as in the sense that I know it exists.
Well, have you played any Hearthstone? I suppose is the better question. Oh, Entrapment. Oh no.
Is it Entrapment? I mean, Entrapment is 5 credits, but do I run Entrapment, or have I just put it? Have I put maybe no countermeasures? Okay, I'll admit, maybe there was an Entrapment.
It's okay, it's okay.
You gotta pay attention to the cog. Oh god.
They actually changed that.
Did they really?
Yep. It no longer spins. Well, at least for the opponent. I don't know if it spins for you.
Someone has watched my video. Alright, that can die. Alright, we'll see if it's... No, yeah, it still spins for me. It still spins for me.
So you have another countermeasure, is what you're saying?
No, I'm just saying it spanned for me. That's all I'm saying. Ooh. Ooh.
Maybe I should have played the Corsair first in case he somehow like managed to kill it.
That is a good card to get off the top of the deck.
Oh!
Although in hindsight, I probably should have played. Yeah, I probably should have played one of my other units before doing the thing. But no, yeah, it's interesting that it just spins for you and not your opponent. That kind of surprises me. I have a confession to make.
Yes.
It wasn't spinning.
Oh, you lying.
It wasn't
Lying liar.
It wasn't ever spinning. I was just trying to bait you. Oh, if Rangers goodbye. You know,
I was like so confused. The 5th Rangers did not ever go to my hand, so when the Yank Bomber came down, nothing moved for like a good 6 or 7 seconds. I was like, why is the deployment effect not activated?
Dude, it's just disappeared. Okay, that's kind of fucked up.
Okay, I did manage to draw both my M4A2s before you played the discard.
Okay, but also Flying Fortress and Privateer.
And 463rd Battalion. Do you have Schwalbe? Oh my god. That sounds like something somebody with Schwalbe would say.
Oh my god. It's okay, it's okay. I'm setting up for my defending devs. Dude, fucking supply chain. And I know it's not even tech for me, because I know you're running the,
Yeah, it's a special delivery I need to draw.
Dude, I swear this... You know what I got off the top.
Is it the Schwalbe or a
no, it's
Void
a disc
guy?
Let's see what I draw. Oh god, I'm in trouble. Oh, I really hoped you hit with the piece. I was trying to groan a little bit extra just to really nail home that I'm like, oh no, I'm in so much trouble. You better not hit me.
I feel like the fact that you said you're in so much trouble rather than just saying I'm dead made me a little suspicious.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, the reason I brought up Hearthstone is there was 2 cards that were released in Hearthstone a really long time ago. That were, if your deck is exclusively odd cards, it gain a powerful effect for the rest of the game, and if your deck is exclusively even cards, gain a powerful effect for the rest of the game, which has led to odd and even decks being staples.
That is pretty cool. That is actually really cool. Also, I'd like to point out my ability to mulligan, which has never been one of my strongest suits, has literally gone out the window by this format. I look at a hand of 3 and 5 cost cards, and I'm like, what do I want?
Yeah, I felt that last game around turn 5, where my hand was entirely 6 cost cards.
Look, this is what makes it a mid-range deck, the fact that I have 38 Ts in here. Ooh, a peer. Do you say PIR or peer?
I'm a based PIR speaker.
That's so much more work. Like you're just making more work for yourself. A PIR, a peer. It's like the in CS:GO.
I'm not gonna lie, I forgot that it could buff quartermasters when I played this. My intention was to have a 6/3 in the front line that you couldn't trade with Panzer.
That's okay, because I'll kill it for you. There you go. It won't buff it next turn. I do like that I've built a discard deck with Defend in Depth, because I was like, Defend in Depth or Tactical Strike? No, Defend in Depth is a better card. And now I'm sitting here and I'm like, wait, oh, fuck. I always forget about the M-Force. It's fine.
It'd be pretty funny if you discarded a supply chain and then drew me 2 M-Force.
But I gotta get through them at some point.
Man, do you remember back in the day when M4A1 was like a staple in the meta?
Well, I remember when it drew off Beef Wagon as well. Because it was a staple for a meta for a little bit then as well. Just because of the consistency of them. They weren't even like that good, they were just stupid consistent.
That might be a bit of Kards lore. A lot of people are not familiar with.
What, that there was a bug when the Beef Wagon came out that it would draw M4A1s from your deck, as it counted as being discarded.
Except it was weird, because like other forms of discard did not draw it. Like the experimental flight or like Betty.
For some
I don't know
reason,
if those existed in their current forms at those times, but yeah.
Well, for some reason it counted as being discarded by your enemy instead of yourself. That was why the bug was there, because the game the game saw it as the opponent discarding, which obviously is completely incorrect. And I remember there were 3 reactions. There were 3 different kinds of reactions. You had people who very rightly pointed out that it was bug abuse, and that although pretty much everyone was doing it, that didn't make it more acceptable to do. I know Spoos was quite unhappy and disappointed to see everyone abusing it. He was like, come on guys, I thought we were better than this. And then you had obviously the camp of people who were like, yes, it's bug abuse, but everyone's doing it, so we have to do it to stay up with everyone on ladder. And then there were a third camp of people, and these are the people I cannot understand, who insisted that it was intended. They were like, well, we haven't heard from the devs that it's definitely a bug, so it might not be a bug. And it's like, no, it's definitely a bug.
Yeah, I squarely fell into the group of, it's really dumb and needs to be changed, but I'm gonna use it as long as it's in the game, because US-German bolster is just nuts.
Yeah.
Because even after the change, people kept running, like, it was still the best, or one of the most popular decks at least in the game for quite some time after the bug was changed, with M4A1 still in the deck. So like it was just a good deck that had a game-abusing bug that drew you 2 of your best cards frequently by turn 2.
So for context, of people wondering, you know, why Bolster used to be a meta deck, it used to cost 3k, and then you also used to have the Panzer Grenadiers, the Fury Pincer.
Yeah.
So they had Fury Pincer, so you would bolster like an M4A1 or a Panther G for free credits. I don't think you have one. Fuck!
You're right, I don't have one.
You have 2. And then you would give it Fury, and you would do like ridiculous amounts of damage out of nowhere.
Yeah, that was the I remember there was one tournament game where somebody won on turn 6 by doing bolster on a Panther G to make it a 9-8, pushed it up with combat engineers to make it a 10-8, and then gave it Fury and attacked twice on turn 6.
So
that was like happening pretty regularly.
I don't know if you picked it up on Discord, but I'm pretty sure my mic picked it up in the recording. The viewers would have just heard a loud clash as a plate went like sort of smashing off its axis, if you will.
Yeah, Discord did not pick that up.
No, yeah, but I'm pretty confident all the viewers at home would have heard it. Alright. It's suspicious, but am I just messing with you? I mean...
I feel like I'm gonna get enveloped if I push up.
You might do. Who's to say what will happen?
I'm gonna treat this like the Dion game and just not play anything.
You're gonna have to do something at some point.
I mean, I'll win on fatigue.
Technically true. Oh my lord, you had this. Bruh. Who could have seen that coming?
I'm just very happy it wasn't an envelope.
Alright,
An envelope, as some might say.
Not a fan of envelopes, you Canadians. Goddamn postal service.
we have a well documented hatred for Canada Post. Geberg's Pioneer.
Yeah. I figured it's a good one drop. And I like good one drops. There's another card that used to be meta. When like control decks were running Geberg's Pioneer.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, Geberg's Pioneer is a card that I'm happy it's not meta anymore. I'm not exactly happy the reason it's not meta anymore. It's Swordfish and Gladiator. But
I dislike that like every turn there's an 8/8 in the front line and your hand is just supply chains.
I don't know. I don't have any issue with this at all.
Okay. Are you ready for the big brain play?
Sure. I'm gonna trade
see.
something out so you can.
No.
get a-
Watch this. Watch this. Case yellow.
Gonna do a second case yellow.
Into case yellow. Into defended depth.
That is actually a really sick play.
I mean, you do get to draw a shit ton of cards. But
I mean,
yeah.
every discard is just dried we're both trying to kite, so we go even. You basically just did 5 credits, deal 1 damage, plus 1 attack to all units.
It's efficient. It's super efficient.
Well, as far as I'm aware, there's no way for you to get a Leopold, so we're just gonna do this.
Maybe I can get Leopold.
You could.
Ooh.
Yeah, I definitely don't think there's a way you can get Leopold with German France. Maybe with Soviet, but even then you're missing Ural Factories, Red Banner Partisans, minority recruits. It's pretty difficult to generate a Leopold as well. Well, this is very obnoxious. Do you have double entrapment up?
Maybe I have triple entrapment.
Oh, that'd be pretty impressive if you managed to find a way to get triple entrapment.
I'm pretty sure I've already had one proc. Alright, there you go. There's my entrapment. You happy?
Yes. I'm not happy with the 7-5 Geberg's Pioneer there.
I do like the lack of good AoE both of us have. Definitely change. You spoke about fatigue. It's looking more and... Okay, where's that going? Okay.
Yeah, I do have some high value cards left. But so do you.
Yeah.
Do you want Blitzkrieg? Uh-oh.
No, but that would be pretty ballsy. Okay. Okay. That's why I wanted to go mid-range instead of control, because you don't get the Leopold, you don't get either of the Tigers. Alright, I swear that's the last one. I swear it's the last. Corsair scares me. And it being at 1 HP doesn't really make much difference.
Guess I should have attacked in with the Avenger to take off the Mobilize. You guys just have so much health.
You could have also smacked the Panther as well, but I'm pretty sure you've got a countermeasure active. So if I'm gonna scrap a guy, I'll scrap.
That is true.
Why did I scrap the guy that wouldn't kill it?
I don't know, but I'll take it.
As like the 8/6 is worth more, so that... Okay, that was intentional. That was
calculated with the case yellow top deck, which right. I suppose would still have been correct to play first.
And then that, and I think we'll mobilize up the Panther. Dude, so many questionable plays. But also, you've got 2 cards left in your deck.
Oh, let's go!
Callie, drive a 10 Avenger.
Oh, hit the Reba, one time, hit the Reba. Okay, well, I can't complain.
Okay.
Kinda wish I got less bombers.
Yeah, the bombers do sort of suck.
Sort of like some removal, I think, right? Yeah.
I mean, okay. No, yeah. I was thinking maybe I'll let you fatigue out earlier by not moving up the Panther, eh? So that you can get to fatigue sooner.
I feel like that would be a pretty questionable play.
Oh. Okay.
Man, we're just back in the bolster days.
I don't know. What is it?
So we have an issue where if I play this, you kill it, and if I don't play it, you don't kill it. But then I can't attack you.
Alright, well I'm gonna play some units. Is it what? Let's see, what could be left? You've done your Corsairs. You've done both. Okay.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
GG. What's left in your deck? Let you draw your last card.
Let's find out. Oh, count activated a careless talk. Oh, I can hold myself back. Oh wait, no, that's it holds you back. It's a Hipper, an Admiral Hipper. Just keep you around for an extra turn.
Do you remember back in the day when they used to ask us to like not surrender games, no matter how bad it was? They were like never surrender in tournament games.
Oh, I sort of do. Oh yeah, I sort of do remember that now you mention it. It was meant to... I think they wanted the footage or something, so you were meant to not surrender so that they could still get, like, plenty of tournament out of it. Because I guess maybe they were worried people were just going to be, like, surrendering the moment they started losing. Just like, fuck this game, I'm done.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like almost nobody followed it anyways. But, like, man, there was some games where it's like, well, I have, like, 60 health, and it's in fatigue, and I can't win. I have no cards left, but my opponent has no units left. I
wonder, because I don't think we ever had... It used to be possible, due to a very particular set of circumstances, to technically have a draw. Because of old first rifles, it used to... Its destruction was that it copied 2 of itself into your deck. So if you both had just first rifles left, then the game was a draw because both of you just couldn't kill each other. It was like mathematically impossible.
Do you remember the first game we ever played against each other? It might not have been the first game. We might have played again on ladder, but at least the first, like...
I remember the one where we both were in first rifles.
Yeah. That was it. That was...
You had
Maddie
a KV?
GG's community tournament.
Did you had a KV or something in your deck? We were both drawing
an armored train. Yeah, I had one armored train and like 25 first rifles.
But every time they die, you get further and further away from the armored train.
I wasn't even confident I had an armored train left. I was just like, I don't think I've played. And I hadn't. You had one more first rifles on the board than I did, but I had a engineers battalion, so I was healing 2 for every time you dealt 3 damage to my engineer. So I was dealing 1 a turn, and I started at like 40 health.
I think I remember we sent it to Maddie GG, and we're like, it's very long. Oh, still
I guess I should have attacked with a trapment first, and then if I hit the JU, I can do something else.
But I remember sending in the footage and being like, that. We're not gonna lie to you, it's kind of fun.
I remember we had to upload the footage, and I was at home at the time, and my mom was working from home. Because it was during COVID. So I was just like, do you mind if I upload something? It might make the internet kind of slow. She's like, okay, yeah, fine, you can upload something, like, during these hours, I'll be on a bit of a break. It took like 2 hours to upload, and completely throttled the internet for everyone else.
I wonder if it's still in there. I mean, there's like, I just googled it real quick, just to take a look at what sort of resemblance is left over. Also, that's... Why are you always making them 8/8s? That's so, like, rude.
Maddie GG's YouTube might exist? I'm not sure.
I mean, I'm looking. There's certain ones still there. There's like, I see Jking versus Ari Big Ben. I see OG underscore versus Bubbles. You remember OG when he was around? An old name.
OG.
Yeah.
Like the letters OG and then an underscore.
Yeah.
I do not remember this person.
I do. I remember them. They were they were a cards player. I don't really know what else to say. They played cards.
You probably need to stop with this Rima nonsense.
Yeah, you think too many Remas? Oh, here we go. There's Jking versus Ari Big Ben, 25 minutes. OG versus Ari Big Ben, 23 minutes. Semi-finals, Jking versus Innocent Bubbles, 50 minutes. And I believe he sped certain portions of it up.
Oh yeah, no, he was just skipping through it. Like he had it up on like some sort of video player and was just like at one point skipped through it. The vast majority of the game.
Can you blame him?
I mean,
I still like though that the video is 50 minutes long.
Yeah, even after that.
Oh my lord! Look at. Oh, I opened it up and it is a blast from the past. I mean, in my hand, right?
Why is my C4 3 attack? Oh, never mind. Yeah. Okay.
World champion, everyone.
I mean, I remember there used to be bugs with like C4's attack, or like units that like got attack buffs sometimes just didn't, or like would get inconsistent attack buffs.
I mean, it was to do with when they received them and when they got removed. Because if you had something which set a unit's hate, oh god, fuck's sake. Let's say, for example, I had a unit and it had +4 attack, right? And then I did something which set its attack to something, and then it lost the +4 attack. It could go into like negative attack and stuff, and it could get stuck in negative attack. It was really, really wacky. But yeah, it was like possible for units to have like negative attack and things just based on like Type 93. If you I don't remember how it was exactly, but if you messed your turn up somehow, Type 93 would be like stuck debuffing your board. Like when the Type 93 died, your whole board had 1 less attack than it would before. And there was like really complicated guides on like how it worked and stuff. Oh my god, look at you. Floating all them credits.
Just a regular CCMS move.
Oh, God. And yeah, so in my hand, this is my opener. Pre-mulligan. I have a red banner, obviously 1k. I have an amphibious assault. And so I've got amphibious assault, an Arctic convoy, and then an engineers and a Chika. So my control deck was running both amphibious assault and Arctic convoy.
Didn't Chika used to be like a 1/3?
No, well, I think so a long time ago, but
Okay,
not,
so
not at
that.
the point of
Yeah,
this.
okay. Yeah, Ishak was still like the 3/2 though.
Oh shit, I'm dead on board.
Oh. You're in.
Don't worry about it. And then your opening hand, you have Arado, Flampanzer, Gebirgsjäger, and Nebelweather. And this is when Gebirgsjäger was a 3/3. And here's the crazy thing.
That was gnarly.
You kept going... GG, by the way.
GG. No, this is game 4. Unless we're
How is this
dropping
game
one of them.
4? No, this is game 3. Game 1 we played, you went to fatigue.
That was game 2.
What happened game 1?
I won eventually. You with like a mass deployment, and you discarded a bunch of
Oh,
supply chains at the end.
Oh god. You know, I do not look forward to whatever notes the editor has put on the screen at this point. Hey, do you want to do a game 4? Okay, right.
What were you saying though about my mulligan?
So your mulligan, you have a Nebelwerfer, a Gebirgsjäger, a Flampanzer, and an Arado. You're going first. What do you reckon you kept? Just
Definitely the Gebirgsjäger and the Arado.
you're going first. Yeah, and you reckon you kept the Arado and the Gebirgsjäger.
And probably the Flam. I could see keeping all 4, to be completely honest.
You got rid of the Flam and the Arado, and you kept the Jaeger and the Nebelwerfer.
In what world would I mulligan Arado?
You keep the Nebelwerfer.
I mean, you have 1/1 drop in your deck if you're on Soviet control.
Yeah, no, getting rid
So,
of the
like,
Flam completely makes
valid.
sense. But then
I mean, it was a 3/4.
Yeah, but
So it's
also...
like fine as a body. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I was not
really
good.
None of us were good. That's like how it was back then. We were all pretty bad. You know.
Yeah, the bar was a lot lower.
Dude, Empire of the Sun, when it used to cost less, you're doing Germany, Japan with Empire of the Sun. As well as cards like 35T and stuff.
And you're doing Soviet Japan with Empire of the Sun because Empire of the Sun was just the best card draw in the game.
Yeah,
Like,
well,
Mobilization was the next biggest card draw.
I mean, you had things like Lend-Lease and stuff.
Nah, Lend-Lease came out later.
Not
Lend-Lease?
later than this, I don't think.
Yeah, because that's before... Wait, actually, when was that?
This was 2 years
That was like
ago.
actually...
This was
Oh, yeah, it would have been
July
Allegiance,
2020.
but pre-Theaters of War.
Yeah,
And Lend-Lease is Allegiance, right?
yeah, I think so.
Okay. Yeah, I remember people didn't really think Lend-Lease was good when it came out. Because it was like, why would you spend so many credits on not doing anything, whereas Empire of the Sun has an effect?
Yeah, to be fair, Emperor of the Sun, I mean, it's 9k in this video, but it used to be 8k. So it was like, you paid what? Empire of the Sun was once 8k, yeah.
Well, like, now it's 10k.
Yeah,
but
they made it 9k, and then they made it 8k. I'm pretty certain of that anyway. Obviously, I could be wrong. But I'm almost certain Empire of the Sun used to be 8k.
Yeah, well, I remember it being broken. I remember doing... Like, when Draft came out, I was averaging, like, 6 wins in Draft, because I would just pick Japan, Ally, or Main Nation the second I saw it, and then pick Empire of the Sun the second I saw it, and if you drafted Empire of the Sun and played it, you won every single draft game.
Yeah, it was one of the best cards in the game at the time. Oh, dude, and Joint Operation, when it could,
Oh, go face.
when it could go face, it was something else.
Oh yeah, man, there was like some crazy games out there where it's like, the player has like 2 cards in hand, it's mostly down on board, it's just a bunch of like 1 cost and 2 cost units, and then they just do double joy top face for 5 each.
Dude, the amount of times Ari Big Ben did that to me on ladder, and just like ruined my
Ari,
day.
yeah, Ari had that German midrange deck.
Dude, I've got 2 KI, like 2 Heians in my hand, in my Germany, in my Soviet Japan control deck. Takasaki, when that was meta. Obviously, it had a lot of flaws, this era of cards. But holy shit, are there certain aspects of it I massively miss. Like, your deck, you've got 34th Infantry, so it's Germany-Japan with 34th Infantry, Empire of the Sun, Joint Ops, Zeros, and the Fallschmäger Elite. Like, the days when you could play these decks and get, like, you know, decent rankings in tournaments and stuff. And, like, the sort of... I don't know, just the environment it was in was so different. But I found it, I found it so interesting.
Something they did in Hearthstone somewhat recently is they introduced a game mode, like a queue, called Classic, which is the game at like a specific patch. Like I think it was right when it got full released, and they in that queue all of the balance changes are reverted. So like you could actually just play the game in the exact state it was in like whatever that was, like spring 2014. And I hope one day Cards can do something similar, and we can just relive the glory days.
You can actually the glory days of 0k attack Kyusha, those sort of things. Well, you can actually download old versions of Cards on Steam. You can download old versions of any game on Steam. It's like a built-in function of Steam. But the issue is that they don't have a server to connect to, right? So they try and connect to the card server, and the card server gets back, you're on the wrong version of the game. And then
but you could look at like the game files for...
Yeah, so you can access the game files or whatever for old versions. But if there was like a way where like you could access if you could reach the server, then there'd be no reason you couldn't play these old versions of Cards. The only issue is that you can't access the server. It's not a function which is like supported at all. Nor will I imagine it will ever be supported. I mean, there's been like hundreds of versions of Cards, hundreds of updates. I don't think 1939 wants to put servers in place for every single version of Cards.
Yeah, that is never gonna happen.
No, but it's very interesting that, you know, I sort of wish you could run it just like in an offline mode or something. But obviously it doesn't work that way, unfortunately. Another blast from the past, when tournaments first started, and the amount of different techniques and ways they attempted to try and capture your screen.
Oh my, I am so glad we are not doing the like remote connecting to the computers in Iceland.
We used to have to use Parsec to connect to the 1939's computers in their office and play through it'd be like their workstations. So like you tab out and it'd be like I don't know. There would just be like a couple files left on the desktop that someone had forgot to put away or something. I don't know whose computers they were, like who in the offices they were. But
yeah, it did save me though in the I still lost the game, but in the very first OCC, this was long before they had a reconnect feature. That was one of those features that people had been asking for.
Yeah,
ages.
If you drop the rules was at the time, if you disconnected, you just lost. Then that was tough shit.
Yeah, like if your game crashed or you lost connection, it was literally just over. Like you'd reopen the game and you'd have a loss. But in the very first OCC, my internet at the time was really, really shaky. It basically just turned itself off every like hour and a half to 2 hours. And in my semi-final game against Blue Blast, it turned off. But because I was remote connected to the one in Iceland, I was able to actually rejoin because I was able to reconnect to Parsec and then get back access to the computer.
Goodbye, B17. What were your options? You took B17. What else was there? What was it, like Jasko or something?
It might have been like Jasko Long Tom or something. Not great off. I can tell you that.
You didn't go for the Long Tom? Oh? Dude, you better not have any ramp for that Hellcat.
So you didn't put Schwalbe in the deck, right?
No, I didn't put Schwalbe in the deck. Because I had an idea on what you'd be playing, but I also like thought to myself, I wouldn't run Schwalbe. I'd only be putting Schwalbe in here to try and counter your deck. And that didn't seem in the spirit of things.
I'm not gonna lie, I did not consider Supply Chain being anti-discount deck when I put it in the deck.
I'm well aware of that because you are running special delivery. So you know, don't worry, I'm gonna counter bubbles in the Topdeckers video. How?
Like I did put in the M4A once to be a little extra draw because I was I was thinking
that's
about them,
okay.
and then you said you were running Discord, so I was
you
like,
were
I'm
just
probably gonna
talking about-
lose.
You were just talking about supply chain. I should have been able to figure that out.
Oh, it feels so good to not have to play around entrapment.
Dude, my favorite is when you would log on to the pass. Oh god, I'm looking at the video and it's already like first rifles shenanigans. I have 47 HP and you have 42.
I like. Honestly, it wasn't even like that good of a card.
You. I just messaged you saying that the game might take a long time.
Alright, good game.
Good game.
Hey guys, it's Jking7. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like and subscribe.